Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. A few days ago I decided to buy a Lenovo Active Pen 2 for making notes on my notebook, and as someone who enjoys drawing a lot, the very first thing I used it for was drawing a portrait study. I remember that when I had to buy a new notebook for the university, one of the main things I wanted was the notebook to have a touch screen so I could draw on it. After that, more than 2 years passed without me drawing anything, and when I decided to draw again, for some reason I didn't even think of buying a pen for my notebook, and I ended up buying a wacom intuos. Actually, I really like drawing with my wacom tablet, so I was pretty sure that I will not be satisfied with drawing with this pen, but I was absolutely wrong. In this video, I will tell you why I like drawing with this pen. But before I get started, if you enjoy this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave a comment. So on the left you can see a portrait I have drawn with my wacom, and on the right you can see one that I have made using the Lenovo Active Pen 2. I made both of these drawings after 1 or 2 or maybe more weeks without drawing, which is quite visible, especially on the one I made with my wacom tablet, as I usually find it quite hard to get used to drawing while not looking at my hands. I often find it hard to draw the lines like I want to, and after taking a break, it got even harder. I am not saying that drawing while not looking at my hand is such a bad thing. I am sure many people get used to it way faster than I do, and there are days when I don't really struggle with it either. So even though I find it easier to draw on a device that has a display, I am sure I will prefer my wacom to this pen. Also, I have to say that while drawing the portrait on the left, I was pretty stressed, and I just drew in a way that felt good. I didn't really want to refine the drawing. However, when drawing the portrait on the right side, I was way more relaxed, and I think it is one of the reasons that the drawing looks better. Probably I could have drawn the portrait on the left side similar to the one on the right, but for sure it would have taken way more time. Although I love using my wacom tablet, I feel like my drawing process was way faster using the Lenovo Active Pen 2. Of course, I know I could buy a wacom with a display, which would probably be way better than drawing on my notebook, but right now I can't afford that, and buying a pen like this is still way cheaper than buying a wacom with a display. From this point of the video, you can see the drawing process of the portrait I made with the Lenovo pen, and I will tell you some of my thoughts on how it felt drawing with it. The wacom pen is a little bit lighter, but I didn't feel like it made any difference. I set the buttons on the Lenovo pen just the same as I did on my wacom pen. I customized the button functions to undo and redo. One problem I realized right after I started drawing was that using these buttons was way easier on my wacom pen, as I had to hold the Lenovo pen really close to the last stroke if I wanted to undo it, and I often forgot about it. Even if it was kind of annoying for a while, I think it is probably not that hard getting used to. As for actually seeing both my hand and what I draw at the same time, I felt way more relaxed than when I was drawing on my wacom tablet. I have read that the pressure sensitivity of the two pens are supposed to be the same, so I was extremely surprised how the Lenovo pens seem to be way better in this aspect. Though my wacom pen might not work the way it should, because no matter how I change the settings, it always looks like it has almost no pressure sensitivity. Probably other wacom pens work just fine. For some reason I always tend to buy devices that have a problem. But to be honest, I didn't really care about the pressure sensitivity of the pen, because I found it to be more than enough to play around with the opacity settings in Clip Studio Paint. Maybe this is why that when I started drawing, it actually annoyed me that the pressure sensitivity of the Lenovo pen was so high, and it took some time to get used to. But in the end, I found drawing with it to be extremely easy and enjoyable. However, one thing that really annoyed me was that sometimes it drew lines in a seemingly random way, but I figured that it was probably because I was not wearing any gloves people usually use while drawing on a device with a touchscreen, so I guess I have to get one of those. The Lenovo pen also often made dots, which was also annoying, but I think it also has something to do with the pressure sensitivity, and I probably just need some time getting used to it. After the fact that I was drawing on a device with a display, the second main thing I liked about drawing with the Lenovo pen was that the screen of my notebook is somewhat bigger than my wacom tablet, so I had more space to draw, and I was finally able to draw while using my whole arm and not only my wrist, so my wrist didn't hurt as much as it usually does. To sum it up, I don't really think that any of these devices are worse than the other. I love using both of them. If you don't mind drawing on a device with no display, you might want to try the wacom tablet, and if you don't already have a Lenovo notebook with a touchscreen, it is also more affordable, but if you do have a Lenovo notebook with a touchscreen, I think you might want to consider buying this pen as well, because I think it is absolutely worth it. That's all for today. I really hope you enjoyed watching this. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Also, make sure to leave a comment if you have something to say. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.